Hey guys, in this video, which is going to be a longer video, so to speak, I'm going to talk about the most important episodes that reflect also on today's situations, but there's a twist. These series are different from regular series from Netflix, for example. They are taken from real shorts, drama box, good shorts, next shorts, drama wave, joy wave, drama box, and circle. There are 8 acts that are different from Netflix. I guess it kind of began to copy the idea from YouTube shorts and just so everybody knows, it's becoming like a trend these days. Let's start with number 1. I'm not going to talk about the series other than a very wonderful and formidable respected Navy wanted to have a normal life, but things got complicated because, again, I don't want to disrespect nobody professionally. Her husband, it was kind of upside down, trusted someone else, put it at someone else, the wife got slandered and she decided in the end to get a divorce and get all those things from the house that left together. But again, the rest I'm not going to talk about it because I want you guys to experience that short series from yourself. Number 2. Well, summer is coming very close, and this series is very connected to the summer season, to the adventurous desires, to learning those adventurous techniques, and the love that was never meant to be. Now, on to number. Well, number 3, there are 2 series that are connected with time travel and also failed marriages, a second chance of rewriting the wrongs from the previous lives. But I want to say fair attention because the first series, even though have the same subject as the second series, it's more of an AI situation on that. For the interruption, but I got to do something professionally personal really quick, and it took like 5 to 10 minutes, so to speak. Now then, without further interruptions, let's move on to Number 4. There are 4 series based on the werewolf subject, but different actions, different storytelling, of course. The first one is again with the mating situation, as well as the second one, also with the actually, yeah, with the mating situation, but again, the actions are very different. Also, the subjects, also the setting. And again, I'm not going to spoil everything about that because I want you guys to experience those series in your own way. Now let's move on on to number five. It's like a sequel of betrayals of someone being, I don't want to say frozen, I want to say ice creamed in a container and waiting for years to come. But there's a little bit of twist because I don't know which one is a sequel and which one is the original series. But again, I don't want to spoil very much about it. I just want you guys to enjoy the experience and enjoy the storyline, because there are the same storylines. They aren't so different. They are the same storylines. Now let's move on to 6. The series are more focused on different subjects, from sports, identity, and motivation. Both are represented by 3 powerful men that were something famous in their own accords, and decided to give up those iconic personas due to important reasons, like taking care of the brother, like supervising a daughter from the boxing coach's side, and motivating his son to grow independently. Now let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is more about failed justice and terminated choices and violence in the first scene, which nowadays violence is kind of the one that it's more practiced, and justice without proper evidence and putting the pieces together, it kind of gets to big confusions, like very, very, very big confusions. And breaking that chain of trust in the process. But again, I don't want to say more about that series, guys. I want you to enjoy it from yourselves. Now, let's move on to number 9. Without proper evidence and putting the pieces together, it kind of gets to big confusions, like very, very, very big confusions. And breaking that chain of trust in the process. But again, I don't want to say more about that series, guys. I want you to enjoy it from yourselves. Now, let's move on to number 9. Number nine is more like I don't want to say professionally cheating situation. I just want to say secret situation, like you're committed and married to someone, but secretly you are going to marry with I don't know. I don't have the confidence and the courage to say it because I professionally want to keep things simple, keep things honest, and maintain that surprising momentum. And as always, I don't want to spoil very much about this series, about this show, guys. I just want to watch it from your own perspective. Now, let's move on to number 10. Number 10, it's all about sports and teenage confusions in recent situations and also nowadays. It's all about what happened in a night and the next day everything changes and the situation to move on, it's kind of heartbreaking but harshly truthful at the same time. Yeah, this I don't want to spoil it. Again, I want to let you guys experience those things. Now, let's move on to number 11. Number 11 is about what happened during those days when you were gone and about parenting. Even though the old proverb says that money changes you, it doesn't change your identity. It doesn't change who you were back then, and it doesn't change anything else. It gives you the gate to open to new opportunities. It depends on the opinion, on differences, on perception, on everything. Now, let's move on to number 12. Again, even though I've covered about everything, about every subject, this one it's, again, professional. I don't want to be harsh, but I want to be truthful at the same time. This one is about parenting, about child confusion. Like returning from how many years, not the same, not fully body fit, but also mind and spirit different, changed, about seeing the truth from another perspective. Yeah, that's kind of the most harmful subject. But again, I don't want to move it further. Now, let's move on to number 13. Well, again, there are two short series, but the subjects are the same. A daughter of a friend who's a friend with the near neighbor just counter some problems. That neighbor saved her and offered to protect her, and eventually, kind of they fall in love. Yep, kind of they fall in love. And also, in the Texan situation, superstar kind of falls in love with a towny girl that by, I don't know what to say here professionally, but I will say by chance have a daughter, a secret one in fact. And the agent, because of power, because of greedy, and because of something different, don't want to say anything to his most profitable pop star. Again, he's not the only one. I'm going to cover another one of that situation on the next two series, but let's wait until we're right there. Yeah, but again, I don't want to spoil anything. I just want to enjoy, guys. Now, let's move on to number 14. Well, again, there are two short series, but the subjects are the same. A daughter of a friend who's a friend with the near neighbor just counter some problems. That neighbor saved her and offered to protect her, and eventually, kind of they fall in love. Yep, kind of they fall in love. And also, in the Texan situation, superstar kind of falls in love with a towny girl that by, I don't know what to say here professionally, but I will say by chance have a daughter, a secret one in fact. And the agent, because of power, because of greedy, and because of something different, don't want to say anything to his most profitable pop star. Again, he's not the only one. I'm going to cover another one of that situation on the next two series, but let's wait until we're right there. Yeah, but again, I don't want to spoil anything. I just want to enjoy, guys. Now, let's move on to number 14. It's about, again, the mafia situation subject, but this time falling in love with a high school teenager, but again, it was a battle of the boyfriend stuff. Not much of a battle, more of advantage of, yeah. But again, I don't want to say more of that. I just want you guys to enjoy it. Also, in terms of financial subject, there are two series, but they kind of are dumped. But, well, my mistake. There are three series in terms of financial situation, but they are dumped. And the subjects are different. The subjects are about a lost family that began bit by bit to be whole again. About falling in love with a stewardess from first class plane. And about returning 5 years from the army, but again, not the same girlfriend that you knew back then because of, again, money and power and fame. And goes to another woman that have the same situation. Now, let's move on to number 15. Number 15 tells about Christmas, which is the core subject. But again, it's about love, it's about business, it's about hidden identities, and choices that come with those hidden identities, big or small. But again, I don't want to say more of that. I just want you guys to enjoy it. Now, let's move on to number 16. Number 16 series, it's more interesting because someone who sold weapons to the market, the illegal market, met an entrepreneur because she was on the run from something. Then I think 4 years ago they have a little child who doesn't know who her father was until they've met in a repair shop, and from there the adventure begins. But again, I don't want to say more of that. The choice is yours, guys, as always. Now, let's move on to number 17. Again, in all of the passions, including sports, cooking is also a passion, but it's also a pedestal between wanting to become more and have a family, a whole family, because so something that nobody can come back to. And passion becomes something different, something that it can't be recognized anymore. It just can't. It just can't. Now, let's move on to number 18 and the last number. The series are based from books written by different authors. The subjects are different, but are centered around a pop star and a very hardworking student that works to keep family on the ground, and eventually they fall in love, and from there the adventure begins. Also, a billionaire that bit by bit fall in love with a daughter from a recent businessman that his company was bought, and bit by bit he goes down and loses his true identity. But again, I don't want to say anything about that. I just want you guys, as always, to experience and enjoy those series. Don't forget to comment about the respective series, like this video, share, and I'll see you next time.